Hello, my name is Amy Ludwig Vanderwater. I am a writer and teacher living in Western New York, and I welcome you to day 63 of Keeping a Notebook. This is Betsy the Writing Camper, our little writing clubhouse. Today's Keeping a Notebook chat is titled, A Person Much Older. Hello, my sweet writing friends. Welcome back to day 63 of Keeping a Notebook. Big high five. Here we are, and today's writing chat is titled, A Person Much Older. And I was thinking this morning when I woke up about all the people I've known in my life of different ages, especially people who are a lot older than me, and just experiences I've had with them and things that I've learned. And I got to daydreaming about one person in particular, and this was a woman named Greta, who I knew many years ago. But first, you should know I am writing in this notebook. This is the notebook that I write in often, and I finished the other two notebooks that we made together, and so I decided I would do some writing in this notebook. It has inserts that can come in and out, so every time I finish one of these little notebooks, I can put a new one in. Also has a pen holder, which I like a lot. But what I did for today, for the chat, A Person Much Older, is, as I often do, I listed a few names of older people I have spent time with and time that has meant something to me. So my grandma, my great aunt Tom, Greta, the beekeeper at church, a gentleman whose name I cannot remember, he has since passed away, and Mr. Johnson, who was the custodian at my school when I was a girl. So I just wrote their names here, and then I picked one, and I did pick Greta, and here's what I wrote. Many years ago, when I was 17 and an exchange student living in Denmark for a year, I met a woman named Greta. She lived alone in a small row house with a carefully tended enclosed garden you entered through a little gate. I think her house number was 42, and the name of her road was Fuglesangvej, which means Birdsong Road or Birdsong Way. Greta's bicycle, an old one with a basket, was always parked out front. Greta had never been married and never had children, and in some ways she lived much of her life in her head in the past, at least when we talked. She told me about living on Bornholm, a big island, how her father had been a printer, how the print shop had been taken over during the war. World War II. She told me about the ship captain she had loved but could never marry because of her countless headaches. She showed me pictures of her childhood. Each week, I rode my borrowed bike to Greta's little row house and stepped out into the past. Each week, she had her table set for two with tea and her best blue and white Royal Copenhagen dishes and a small hand-crocheted tea cozy. Each week, she rode her bike to buy pastries for the two of us, and we had proper tea. She was probably 65 years older than me, always wearing a brown skirt and her long gray hair pinned up into a bun. I remember her laugh and her flat handwriting that was difficult for me to read. I remember her Danish flag stickers and her warmth. I wish I had better stayed in touch, but when I came home and went to college, her writing was difficult for me to read, and I did not stay a pen pal. But I still think about Greta. She planted flowers and told stories and loved a man she could never marry, but she did her chores, rode her bicycle, made tea for a young American girl trying to find her way. Now I look back and remember, I can almost hear her voice, but not quite. And I drew little tiny Danish flags here because in Denmark, people celebrate their birthdays by putting out a picture of a Danish flag, and all kinds of holidays are celebrated with the flag, not really as a patriotism sign, but really as a sign of joy. And Greta used to love little stickers of the flag and would put them on notes to me. And her dishes were white with blue decorations on them, little flowers. So I got a little trip in the past today thinking about a person much older. I will add to this list, there have been other people much older than me, and I'm realizing as I get older how much I appreciate time I spend with older people too. So you take care. I wish you well in your writing. Have a great day today, and I will see you tomorrow. Taking the time to write about my old friend Greta brought back memories I hadn't thought about in a very long time. Writing can do this. So can sketching. In person, on the phone, through video chats, and in letters, we can learn so much from older people. I wish you good relationships with people of all ages. Take care.